Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Rich of Content. Today we're talking to Kelsey Theunis. Will you just introduce yourself, please, Kelsey?
Yeah. Hey guys, I am Kelsey Theunis and I am a content creator and I just finished my fashion degree, so I thought content creation would be the best way to explore fashion in my way, if that makes sense.
I love that. I love that. That's amazing. Okay, so it's going to be a super honest, super simple chat. So you're going
Yeah.
to just basically chat about your experience as a content creator slash influencer. But I mean, we might as well start with where the whole content creation influencer journey began for you.
Okay, so this journey began when I was in my gap year and it happened to be COVID. And that was when the app TikTok was quite popular, I feel. I feel like that was the easiest time to get followers and stuff because not a lot of people knew about it or not a lot of people were on it. And I always enjoyed being behind the camera. Like no matter what camera it was, like I was there. And then basically I also did dancing. So being behind the camera and dancing was like literally what TikTok was about back in the day. And I just thought like I would love to entertain people because I enjoyed watching TikToks when it came out. And I was like, I can literally do this. Like this is super easy. And I wasn't doing much because like I was on a gap year. So might as well make myself busy. And at the time it was so easy because it didn't feel like work. It was just like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I would literally wake up every single day and then 4 p.m. was the time to film because I was the best lighting and everything. Anyways, yeah, 4 p.m. best lighting. So I would look for a dance for the day that was like trending or like I'd just have a whole bunch of dances saved. And then my sister and I would get together. We would learn that dance for the day and record from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. because I was golden hour, literally until we got the dance perfect and post about just after that because that was when everyone came from work and everyone was like on TikTok. So we kind of like had our own little strategy back then, even like how to post, when to post, and like what our audience and sorry when our audience would be online. Like it was very strategic. It wasn't just like let me just whatever. At first it was like that because I think I just wanted to entertain, and then I saw that I was getting a lot of traction and a lot of views, and like because I was so consistent it was like kind of easy, and I was like might as well just continue. And I never wanted like followers. I was never into like getting
Yeah.
a million views or whatever. I just did it because it was so much fun and I wasn't doing much in that year. So I guess like the followers were just an extra.
So, did you have any viral videos that kind of started the whole influencer thing?
Mm.
How did you
So,
start growing your audience? Because you've got quite a large audience on Instagram and TikTok.
so I started definitely on TikTok, and then from TikTok, everyone came to Instagram. And I think I got the most kind of views and like traction from when I got viral videos. And that was because I was constantly on TikTok looking for trends, like literally 19-year-old Kelsey, like looking for like TikTok trends. I feel like back in that time, there wasn't like, I don't know, I just feel like not a lot of people knew that this is how the algorithm worked. And like people study it now,
Yeah.
obviously, because it's like marketing and stuff. But like it was just so crazy that I just almost grasped everything so quickly and like just knew how to do and knew how to like take like content and like capture audiences and, you know, do exactly what the algorithm would like because then I succeed, whatever. So I had one video, and I think that was no, I have three videos that went like viral, and I say viral because like in my head, viral is like a million. So like
Yeah.
yeah, so I got like I think no two in the millions, and then one in like the 800K views. So those are like three viral videos, and I feel like from that it was like peak for TikTok for me. I was like, okay, cool. I still continue TikTok, especially because like it was like chill
Mm.
that I wasn't really doing much, but I think I sort of right now I like moved completely from TikTok to Instagram because for me TikTok changed a lot over these past like 4
It
years.
has changed a lot.
Yes, like there's no dances, and I'm like, where do I go now?
Excuse
That was fun. And like, yeah, I was just like, I feel like I enjoyed it because it felt like a workout and like it just kept me going because I was just getting up to learn a dance, to film it, to sleep to do the same thing over and over again without like thinking of like this could be a job, like without even at all. Do you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
I think what started to happen towards like while I was studying, a lot changed, like a lot, how do I say like a lot? Okay, so TikTok changed first of all, and second of all, like my life shifted because I went from like doing nothing in my gap year to like studying pretty hard, like wow. And while I was studying, I feel like it was a good like side hustle vibe,
Yeah.
but it did start to feel like a lot of work because obviously I was studying, so it wasn't just like me just doing whatever I wanted. And
Yeah.
like
And
yeah, so I feel like
you started collaborating with a lot of really big brands as well.
yes, exactly. That's when it the collaborations started really happening at the end of my gap year, which was really nice because I got invited to that YouTube. I feel like that was like the turning point for me basically, where I got invited to that YouTube Internet Friends thing, and I had like a good time. Like I learned a lot, and I feel like everyone from that group had a lot to teach me because they were older, they were more experienced in that like kind of thing, and they had like better judgment on this whole like social media thing where I was just doing it like, oh, let me just do it because it's fun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they just taught me a lot. They actually contacted me because of TikTok. They needed like a TikToker because everyone in the house knew like we were doing YouTube, we were doing TikTok, we were doing Instagram, and like they basically just needed a TikToker and chose me. That YouTube people, they really pushed for us to like start earning money and start like collaborating, and like it was like their main priority was like getting us like paid jobs and not just
Yeah.
like doing it for fun. But I think the collaborations definitely started with like PR. So it was definitely like more like there's like a whole bunch of clothes. Can you please like show it off? Or like there is a product that I want you to you know, show or advertise to your audience for us and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like when you're starting out, the PR packages with no like compensation sucks. But you have like I feel like that's the only way to start out and like get a like gauge of how things are. Do you know what I mean? Even
Yeah.
though
Yeah.
technically it is work, but yeah, I feel like with every job you have to start from the bottom and like
Yeah.
work your way
You
up.
have to start with the like the trade exchanges, I suppose,
Yes,
before you can start
exactly.
earning money because you have to build your audience and your experience and you have to gain like the
Yeah.
trust from all the brands and yeah.
Mhm. And also with PRs, I feel like it is gaining experience, but also it's getting you a good word in with the not community, but like the industry, because then
Yeah.
obviously this one knows this one and they've worked with me and like no, she's done amazing work, or like no, she does like videos really fast and like that's really good, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's good to start off
Yeah.
those like non-compensated like kind of things, even though it
Yeah.
sucks at first.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't suck for me because like I never expected to earn money from this, so it was always like, oh my gosh, I'm just getting free stuff. But then when I saw other people like yeah, it was like really fun. Then I started seeing like other people like doing this, but then they would like get paid and stuff, and I was like, okay, wait, like
Yeah.
this is actually like this is real. Like let me stop just getting whatever I want when they message me. Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
amazing. How were you like feeling when all of this like started growing? Like it must have been quite an adrenaline rush. You must have been really excited.
Yeah. Yes, I was very excited. It felt like I was in America. Like it was just like a foreign concept, especially to us, because like I feel like
Yeah.
we're quite third world. That
Yeah.
sort of like content creation, earning anything was like, wow, like this is an actual job. And like I realized that it's just the future will obviously bring more and new jobs, and this was just one of them. This was just as
Yeah.
social media like grew, obviously there will be jobs following that. So yeah,
Yeah. But
exciting.
last time we were talking, you were telling me that you are not as happy with the influencing as you are right now, or as you were before. I would
Yes,
love
yes,
to like
yes, yes.
get into that and hear about what changed your mind about the whole influencer industry.
Yes. So I actually feel like I was going through quite a rough patch in that time,
Mm.
it's not that I wasn't getting work. I just feel like I do not thrive in winter. Like I feel like summer is where it's at. And like in winter, I was like, first of all, I'm cold. Like I can't do this.
Yep.
Like can I please just stay in bed? I can't do this. Second of all, like I feel like with content creation, it's so lovely to have the sun shining because if you're doing an unboxing, it just creates like such a vibe. And like when it's cloudy outside and
Yeah.
like stormy and like sad, it's like when can I film and when can I do this? And I feel like that sort of like made me take a few steps back in this kind of like industry because I feel like I don't know, that's why people travel to summer to like get that perfect happy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. I think that was genuinely like what was happening and like I just could not stand the fact that like after college like everything changed in the sense that like okay, actually let's just
Oh,
talk about
really?
college quickly.
Let's
I
talk about college.
So the first half of college and content creation like combined, that was like a little bit of an adjustment, but I got used to it. It was fine. Like I wasn't really getting that many like influencing or content creation like jobs
Yeah.
yet because I was still new and like, you know, I would get a free thing here and there and I was like chilled, fine. But then I think the second half of it, which was like second year in the second semester, and then having content creation as well. I feel like that was a lot because college got harder. Plus, the content creation got not harder, but I would say more intense because I was starting to get paid. So I feel like I really started neglecting like TikTok, especially I didn't have time to like create day in my lives or whatever. So yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like college really just like ruined a little like how do I say like it basically put me in like a space where I was just like blocked from like creativity
Mm.
because I was putting so much into the creativity side of the design. Do you know what I mean? That like
Yeah.
like thinking about concepts and like you know doing extra work on top of all those assignments was just like crazy. Like it
Hard.
basically made me feel like I can't do this. Like I don't think this is what I want to do. And I think going into this extra gap year after college made me realize that no, this is what I want to do. This is like what I feel like it's best for me. Like I feel like this is where I can explore my creativity and not get like I don't know, not I just working. I don't want to work for someone. Okay, that's the bottom line. I don't I feel like
Same. Same. You don't want to
yeah,
work for somebody. You want to be independent. You want to make your
yes,
own decisions. Do it your own way.
exactly. And I feel like when like corporate vibes, you're like building someone else's business up, and I just the idea of that is like, why would I kill myself for that? Like,
Mm.
I'd rather kill myself for my own thing going on, or like my own whatever. You know what I mean? I don't. Yeah. So that's that. Sorry, I'm like blabbling, but I genuinely am
No,
very
we love the
passionate about this.
blabbling.
Wait, I'm trying to circle back to I'm trying to like wrap it all up and put it back into the question because I've just been like going off topic. But yeah, I just wanted to say that hated the second half of college because it made me like lose passion, as well as
Yeah.
winter being feeling like
Mm.
I'm not inspired by like anything because of the gloomy weather, and I just don't thrive in that weather. Like I just can't. So
Yeah.
when
No,
I
I'm
did,
exactly the
yeah,
same.
I do think it was no, yeah, I do think it was like me having like those seasonal depression moments and having that plus trying to be creative and like just yeah, I feel like it was just difficult in that time. And now that summer's
Yeah.
come, oh my gosh, my work has like doubled, not tripled, and like everything's just vibes. Like I'm just vibing. Like I'm just having the best
I love
time.
that for you. So you're back into loving the whole content creation influencing thing.
Yes, I actually am. How crazy.
I'm
Never
so
thought I'd be
happy
here
about
again.
that. I'm so happy about that. Absolutely love that. So what I also wanted to talk about was the influencer events that you were telling me about last time I saw you. I would love to hear about what goes on at the influencer events. This was like
Yeah.
your moment to be like honest.
Yes, it is. So, whenever I get invited, I'm always like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Like, especially when it's like a brand that I've looked up to for like quite a long time. Like,
Mm.
or even like new brands that have like popped up, like Juice, for example. I feel like they're so cool, and like to be a part of something like that is just like amazing. But yeah, with the excitement and with the gratefulness, there does come like moments where influencers aren't the friendliest, or not everyone in the industry is like you, and that kind of
Yeah.
sucked, because I was like I thought we're all on the same page, we're all in the same industry, so why can we not just like put aside our differences and just like, like be cool? Like,
Yeah.
why is it like you think you're cooler because you have more followers? Like, that's super weird to me. And with those
Yeah.
type of people, I'm almost like, I wish Instagram just died just for you, so that you can suffer and you can like feel what like
Really.
real world feels like. Because you need to come down to earth when you're like that. Like when your head is like in the clouds and
Yeah.
you're thinking you're above everyone because of followers. Like, seriously, it makes me so upset. And I do find that they are okay. Maybe I also do think that they could be shy, and then I just have that perception of them because I am obviously extroverted, and then I'm just like, okay, you're not talking to anyone, you're like the bitch, or you're like
Yeah.
the fake one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that also could be a me thing, but they are influences that like will look you like up and down, and like, I don't know, I feel like those events create such a vibe where you can just be friendly with everyone. So why just be quiet, or like stand in the corner, or like
Yeah.
not like kind of talk to everyone? Because like we're all here for the exact same thing, and we're in the same industry. We have like things in common. Like, there's something to talk about. Like, we don't need dirty looks. We don't need like fakeness. We just need vibes. Like, we just need to create the vibes. Because
Exactly.
if we create
Exactly.
content for this like event, how are we supposed to create such positive content when there's like negative like vibes? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Makes so
so
much
yeah,
sense. No, I
that.
completely understand that. Have you had any, like personally, have you had any bad experience with an influencer slash influencers?
It's not specifically like they'll come up to you and like be like a bitch, or like think that
Mm.
they're top of the world, but it's more like they won't speak to anyone because like they know that they're like up there, and like they have this many followers, and like they're not the friendliest when they're like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
you like, it's kind of like icky, especially in this like content creator industry, because I feel like influencer culture is kind of dying down, and the content creation and the real life, and like people that are making it real but aesthetic. I feel like that is more coming in, rather than like how influencers used to shove things down our throats. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's
Yeah.
dying down, and yeah. So
Yeah.
even
Makes
if
sense.
you do have like 100K, a million thousand followers, like it really doesn't matter, because you could suck. You just been like posting constantly, and like that's how you like.
And that's
No,
just like
like
how
let's be
you,
real. Yeah, like, because honestly, the algorithm favors people that post constantly. That's one big advice that like I feel like everyone has been telling you this, but consistency is key in this industry. Like, it's crazy.
amazing. I
Not that
I
I
think
listen to my own advice, but
I
yeah.
absolutely love your content. You do such good. Could you share like a particularly memorable brand collaboration that you've had?
Yes, I actually am going to circle back to Juice. So they reached out to me as like a brand new kind of brand, and I was like, oh my gosh, never heard of you, but you sound cool, because it was very like everything was just planned out so lovely. Like, as an influencer, I feel, as a content creator, sorry, I feel like when brands are kind of organized and like they communicate well with you, and I don't know, like everything just comes together well, and like they email you, but like we have a good connection going on the email, not like, it's not like weird vibes. I don't know, sometimes that also
Yeah.
happens. Like, you're like, why? Like, oh my gosh, they'll be like very, how do I say this? Like,
Straightforward,
oh my
harsh, very
gosh, no, no,
unpersonal,
no, no, I can't explain it. Like, not harsh, but like kind of. Okay, I'll get back. I'll circle back to the
entitled.
word. No, 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 not entitled. So the brand will kind of, I can't get to the word. I have it, it's on the tip of my tongue, but it's kind of like, no. Anyways, we'll circle back to that. But as I was saying, so Juice was very like lovely. They had like a whole meeting with where we like basically met the brand, and like they introduced us to like, so we have like little meetings where like they do Zoom calls, and they're like, this is what we're
Mm.
about. And basically in that meeting I was like taking my notes and whatever, and he was like, oh, and another thing, this kind of is our first influencer content creator collaborations with everyone. And they like, I genuinely feel like they work with over 50 like creators. It was crazy. Yeah, they're like really
Wow.
stepped in the game, like, this is what we're about. Yeah. And then they also said it was like a competition for the content creators. Whoever got the best content got double the pay. And let me just tell you, I did not in a million years think it would be me, but I was like, oh, I really want this, I really want this, I really want this. And then so like I had an idea, I had everything going, everything was cool. The day of the shoot came, and it was due the next day, let me just tell you. And the photographer like could only do in the evening. I was like, it's completely the opposite way of what I planned. Anyway, so literally we filmed this thing last minute in the night, like looking very, I thought it was like it looked very last minute because it was filmed in the night. And I feel like, yeah, when I film it in the night, just know guys, it wasn't planned, and like it just had to happen in the evening. Anyways, so yeah, that happened, and I was like, oh, there goes the competition, and that's not gonna work for me, whatever. And then I saw everyone posting, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely amazing. They're all doing like little vlogs or get ready with me with like juice with a little perfume. And I was like, wow, that is incredible. Like these influencers, they really are doing well, and like, listening to the brief and whatever. And then I think like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after that, I get a notification on Instagram saying, oh, Juice just like posted a reel or a story tagging you. And I go into it, and it literally said, congratulations to our winner. Oh, guys. If only you knew. Yeah, no, sorry. I just think yeah, I know. I was like, this is crazy. This is insane.
That is insane. I'm so happy for you. That's so exciting.
I know, and it was guys, it was last minute. Like, you don't understand the way that I did not plan anything. But yeah, I do. Yeah, I think that I just really wanted that prize, and because when I heard it, I was super excited about it, and I feel like God was just like, you know what, you want it really badly. You're working hard, even though it doesn't feel like it because you're doing it last minute. But you're still there. You're still present. You're fine.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so like exciting for you. Like you really deserve that. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
And that's just like a story that you can just like keep for yourself.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I was
completely love
so
that.
happy.
That's amazing.
It did feel like a bit different. Yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever faced any negative feedback from your audience?
No. That's actually
Really?
crazy. I've never like thought about it, but no, I've never ever I've never gotten weird hated. Well, I'm trying to think. No, not that I can remember here. I'm not, I don't know. Or maybe it's just like because I don't really care. Like I'm not really the type to like go through every single comment and be like, what did she say? What did they say? Because I'm just posting for like fun. You know what I mean? And I feel like because I posted for fun in the beginning, I brought that kind of like way about posting like along with me. Do you know what I mean? So I've never really like looked for any haters, and I don't think there was. Maybe once or twice, but that was like it was dumb. Like actually no, I did have a hate video about me, but like it was so silly that I was like, this is like no, yeah, this was like two guys. It was like a video of me and so it was their video, and then they were rating girls. And there was like a picture of me, and like I did a bikini shoot. There was a picture of me, and they rating my body, and I'm like, ew, this is so gross. Like you guys are weird. And they're like saying like, nah, she's like not the one because like she has like no boobs. And I'm like, first of all, I don't care. Like I don't want you. Yeah, it was like a whole thing. And like but everyone in the comments were like, what the hell? Who are you guys? Like they would have like a lot of people were like, you're from me. I'm like, yeah, but like it was so weird. That is actually crazy. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, it didn't faze me because I was like, you guys are dumb. Like that's weird as hell.
That's insane. I can't believe what came out of your mouth right now. That is actually crazy.
Exactly. Like no, it's crazy. And honestly, I haven't checked if it's still up, but it was quite a long time ago, like when I was starting out in internet friends and stuff.
That is insane. That is insane. Anyways, okay. So what is one mistake that you've made in the influencer content creator industry? Yeah, what is one mistake that you've made?
I can 1000% like agree that when I was in college, like nearing the end of college, I feel like I wasn't, or I'm still working on this actually. It's quite like a difficult thing for me because I'm not consistent. And because I'm not consistent, I kind of push all my paid jobs onto my Instagram, which isn't the best as influencer. Like, you need to be showing like your life consistently without just paid ads, especially if you want to seem authentic. I feel like that's a problem, or like something that I am struggling with, and I am like getting more into it because summer's coming, of course, and like I feel like winter did like make that kind of like, how do I say this? Winter made that even more, which sucked because obviously I needed to fix that and I couldn't because it was just like not happening mentally and like physically. I was like, no, I can't do this. But yeah, I feel like that's something that I do need to like improve on and like get better at, because at the end of the day, right now, what's trending is just being authentic and being you.
Being
Yeah.
yourself, yeah.
Yeah,
And I absolutely love that. Because I was talking to Amber yesterday, and she and I had both agreed that if you really want to go far in the influencer content creator industry, you have to be yourself. You have to be unique. You have to have something about you that catches people's attention. You can't just fit in, or you're not going to make it as far as you want to make it. So I agree
Yes,
with you there.
exactly. Yeah, for sure. There was something else that I was thinking of that I could. It's posting constantly and like being authentic. I can't think of it now. Great.
That's all good. Okay, so I've got two more questions, and then I'm going to let you go. Okay.
No, don't stress.
So,
Don't stress.
what advice would you give to somebody just starting out in the content creator industry?
Okay. So 1000% they need to be consistent, especially in the beginning. Because as you know, like I wasn't really doing this to get followers. I was just doing it for fun. And I think that consistency just came with the fun part of it and like the routine part of it in me. And instead of it being like, I have to post today and like, if I don't get a certain amount of views, I'm going to hate this and I'm never going to do this. You can't, simply cannot look at the views, especially in the beginning. The views don't matter. It literally does not matter. If you are getting 300, 100, 10,000 views, it does not matter in the beginning. And don't let you being consistent and then getting a high, I don't know, a video with a lot of traction and a lot of views, and then the next day you do the complete opposite. Don't let that, like
Get to you.
discourage you. Yeah, discourage you from like, from like continuing being consistent. That is the number one. I feel like the consistency, one thing that the algorithm hasn't changed is that. Like, that is definitely something that's like 1000% all the time. All the time. That's like something that, I'm so sorry
I
if I'm
agree
like
with you.
in circles. I literally got like 3 hours of
No,
sleep because of content creation last night. Like, I'm not okay.
Okay, so last question. What is your
No.
ultimate goal as an influencer?
Well, I feel like, gosh, Charles, this is exactly like this. I feel like this is the type of question where like I was like kind of nervous to do this, because I feel like as people in any industry, you obviously set your own goals and like set really high ones. But I feel like my goals aren't actually in this space at all. It's actually just, this is just like what I can do and a way to like make money right now. And I really enjoy it. So I don't necessarily like have high goals. I don't really like make goals for myself. I just like take things as they come, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is a good job, and like, I feel like, as I said before, being consistent is like a mini goal that I can like go upon. Because if brands aren't messaging me, then I definitely like would want to find more brands to email to be consistent online. I think that is, even though I've said like in the beginning that's important, it is always going to be important. I feel like, So the influencer space is quite, for me, I don't want to sound like that person that's just doing it for money, but like everyone does a job for money. Let's be real. Okay, let's be real.
Let's be real.
I think I'm just sticking with it because I do enjoy it, and it's quite like, it's not like a long-term thing, because I do think that from this kind of like skill that I've learned, and like the fact that I studied fashion, and the capital that I would have saved if I like do all this work right now, is exactly what I need to go on to the next step, which is like definitely something completely different, completely new, which is something
and I feel like
that's a big goal for me. It's not in this industry, but the goal is to like get where I need to
feel
be
like you
with.
have a huge advantage already,
Exactly.
for when you want to actually start something for yourself, because you've already built
Yes.
such a large audience that whatever you want to start, you're already gonna have like that kind of like big audience behind you to kind of push it further, give it that push
Yeah.
that it needs, which is really, really beneficial. For that, I'm excited about for you.
Yeah, very, very exciting. I feel like although I probably wouldn't do content creation after like I've started the new venture, I do think that I can definitely take this skill and like just bring it to the moon because this is never going to go
Yeah,
away, especially with like starting your own thing. You need this kind of skill, or you could hire
yeah,
someone, but like starting out,
but like,
let's be real.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Amazing. Kelsey, you've been absolutely amazing and so inspirational. I'm so grateful that you came on and shared your experience in the content creation and the influencer industry. So for that, I'm grateful and thank you so much.
No problem, Chelsea. Thank you for having me. Thank you for begging me because at first I was very like hesitant about it. And I'm so thankful that you like came and like made me feel like, this is not like hectic. This is chilled. Like, yeah, thank you. I really enjoyed talking to you and like telling you a little bit about the industry.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I'm so grateful.
No